impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Darnold now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Darnold. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking to throw, Penix. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
To throw is Darnold. He gets it to Addison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Naylor, 55 yards. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran in the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past him and caught the pass for a touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field where his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And looking to throw, Penix. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll throw with Penix. Being chased out left. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
In motion right is Addison. Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, 60 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that
lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. To the air, Penix. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Penix working out of the gun here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On third down, Penix from the gun. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
That's out wide here for Robinson. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. Touchdown! Bijan Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before the break. Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Penix. Looking deep here for Mooney. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Darnold. Over the middle and complete to Addison. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Now here we go on fourth. Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Final minute now of the third quarter. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they...
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Past the 20. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons, on the final play of the third quarter, have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again to Jones. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That play ended for a net loss by Jesse Bates.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. From the 50, it's Darnold. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Robinson on a give right side. And past the 30 down to about the 27. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 2. Try to take this home, they'll run. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Up to midfield. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
This is 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
One last throw now for Darnold. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.